Assalamu alaikum girls, I hope you all are fine and are enjoying the blessings of Ramzan while keeping the safety measures in mind. Today the lecture is about the other half part of the chapter 5, Introduction to Child Care and Development. In previous lecture we have learned that growth includes the physical and biological changes that occurs in different period of time. We have also learned some examples of it, like construction of cells and tissues. Growth stops at the age of maturity. Then we have learned about development. Development is such a physical change that tends to improve the working capacity of a person. For example, different skills and abilities. Development is a lifelong process. Then we have learned the qualitative and quantitative changes that occurs in a human structure. That quantitative change are those which are visible in human structure, like height or weight, and quantitative changes are those which are only visible by showing them, like ability to sketch or any other sort of ability. Then we have learned various differences between growth and development, and at the end why the study of human development is important. The objectives for today: at the end of this lecture you all are going to describe the aspects of human development. You are going to understand developmental tasks of different stages, like infants, which is from birth to 1.5 years, early childhood 2.5 to 5 years, middle childhood, which is from 6 to 12 years, then teenagers and adolescents. You are also going to understand about the factors which affect growth and development, and also going to learn the role of genetics and environment on human development. Now, what are the aspects of human development? Development is a succession of changes which a life form experiences in passing from embryonic state to the maturity. From birth till maturity, all the changes which an individual experience is basically a development. Now the aspects: there are two aspects, cephalocaudal development and proximodistal development. Now first, cephalocaudal development. In this aspect, the child gains control of head first, and then arm, and then legs. There is an arrangement of development or control in this manner. Infants develop control of head and face movements within 2 months after birth. In next few months, they are able to lift themselves by using their arms. By 6 to 12 months of age, infants start to gain legs control and may be able to crawl, stand, or walk. Coordination of arms always precedes coordination of legs. Now some points are the process of cephalocaudal direction from head down to tail, like the shown in the figure, that it goes from the head to toes. This means the improvement in structure and function comes first in the head region, then in trunk, and last in legs region. The next one is proximodistal development. In this aspect, the spinal cords develop before outer parts of the body. The child's arm develop before the hands, and the feet develop before fingers and toes. Fingers and toes muscles are the last to develop in the physical development. Now, growth proceeds from the center or middle line of the body to the periphery or in the proximodistal direction, which is shown in the figure. If you see, it moves from the hands to from the center part to then the other parts of the body. This proximodistal development is bilateral and symmetrical for the most part on both sides of the body. However, this is not consistently true. Development depends on maturation and learning. The other aspects of human development, but the last two were the major. These are the minor that you can, these aspects also affects on the development of human development. The biological changes occurs is sequential order and give children new abilities. Changes in brain and nervous system count largely largely for maturation. These changes in the brain and nervous system help children to improve in thinking and motor skills. Children must mature to a certain point before they can progress to new skills. They first get mature to the things to the abilities which they are known, and then they get to learn the new skills. For example, a 4-month child cannot use language because the infant brain has not matured enough to allow the child to task. First, they have to get matured according to the age in which they can have a particular skill. Development proceeds from simple to concrete. Children uses their cognitive skills to reason and solve problems. For example, learning relationships between things or classification is an important ability in cognitive development. Now, the developmental tasks of different stages that I have told, it includes many stages, different stages of a child or a human. Growth is a continuous process which slowly and gradually proceeds towards maturity. The different stages of life, infancy, childhood, and adulthood have their own specific requirements which have to be fulfilled. These are called developmental tasks. There are such essential tasks without which it becomes difficult to proceed to next stage. Thus, the success of person largely depends on the serial accomplishments of the developmental tasks. Now, first, the developmental tasks of infants, which is from birth to 1.5 years. Learning to create balance in body, sleep, and waking hours. They also start taking milk and eating solids according to their body requirements. At this age, they also get toilet training. To acquire skills in counting and walking and running, they also acquire these skills. Then they slowly acquire speech skills as well. They also learn to recognize selves like mother and other persons which are very close to them, and gradually they start increasing recognizing the other persons as well. They're also going to learn contact and develop confidence, and also to get love, care, affection, and also to learn to trust others. Early childhood. Now, the developmental task of early childhood, the age period is 2.5 to 5 years. In early childhood, they learn to maintain, children learn to maintain balance between work and play, and also to participate in group activities. They start acquire the skills of changing clothes, speech, and also understanding of time and space. They start learning proper eating habits and table manners as well. Children also start acquiring motor skills like running, climbing, jumping, and throwing balls. They're also going to develop the ability of taking decisions and doing little tasks independently. They try to become independent in a smaller manner at that time. They're also starting acquiring skills of expressing feelings of love, anger, hate, sympathy, anxiety, happiness in accordance to the occasion. They start giving different types of emotions. They start learning them. They're also going to learn to make meaningful conversation and to also develop the ability to asking questions confidently, and to develop skills to understand parents and environment beside gender differences. They're also going to learn to follow certain directions and building relations with other people.